Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome along to Crafters TV, start of your week and a very happy 4th of July to all of our US viewers as well, Independence Day today, so whatever you're doing, hopefully your day's off to a cracking start and you've got loads of celebrations planned. Hopefully as well, amongst all of those celebrations, you can squeeze in a bit of time with us here at Crafters TV. I know loads of you joined us a little bit earlier for Wake Up Call. I think it's getting in like the strategic watching of Crafters TV around all of the cookouts and celebrations and whatnot, but we are here for you whenever you want to dip in. And if you are watching us right now, can I just say your timing is absolutely perfect because you've joined us for the official launch of a brand new collection. We're starting our Christmas in July today, and we're kicking things off with this amazing vintage Snowman collection. You guys have loved it so far. I know lots of you had a little bit of a sneaky buy over the weekend. Loads of you were shopping for it this morning as well, but now is the official launch to jump in and grab this collection, which is so gorgeous. It's taking the Snowman, who normally takes a bit of a backseat, doesn't he, in those Christmas collections, and it's propelling him to stardom. It really is. It's stamps, it's dies, it's embossing folders, it's cut and embossed folders. It's beautiful papers and cardstock, as you would imagine as well, with that real vintage feel, taking you on a bit of a trip down memory lane to Christmases of yore. I like that sentence. Christmases of yore. And I tell you what, over the course of the next couple of hours, it's your opportunity to pick up the standard collection, the extra large collection should you wish, or indeed pick and choose, and I'll tell you more about that in just a little while. But the lady who is here to launch it with me to provide all of the inspiration and demonstration, who I know is just as excited about it as I am, is the one and only, the lovely Jan Brown. How are you?
I am good, thank you very much. I'm just feeling a little bit underdressed, but I don't think I could cope with a jumper, Ben.
No.
You're making me, it's warm enough in here to start with, and just looking at you and you knit a jumper there, which is beautiful, it's just making me feel even warmer. Well, so yes, I feel a little bit underdressed. I'm not very Christmassy, am I? But I will just say, for the benefit of any of you guys that weren't tuned in earlier, because I know it's very early over in the States when we do our wake-up call, but just a little shout out to you guys. I did make this in the first show, just to say happy 4th of July. We do appreciate your company. I hope you all have a great day, no matter what your plans are. But we're going to reel it back, and it is all about the Snowman in this particular couple of hours. So I've got some samples to show you, and then I think Ben's going to go through the collection over there with you guys. But like Ben's just said, it's letting that Snowman take front and centre stage for a change. He is normally sort of, like you say, a background element in the scene. So yeah, we've got lots of stamp and die sets, we've got lots of stamps, we've got some dies on their own. Of course, the papers, absolutely beautiful when you look at those proper vintage feel, the colour scheme and everything, and just the way that this has been designed. Really, really nice collection to work with. So we've got Deck the Halls, the sentiment on that one. Again, that's just one of the snowmen. And then we've got this little guy. I think he's probably my favourite one, I must admit. He's very typically what you'd expect of that snowman. The little lanterns, the stockings are all elements from the kit. You've got that lovely embossing folder with the snow falling behind him there. And then again, we've got one where you can die cut all the elements and actually build your own snowman, which is terrific, especially if you're working with sort of kiddies and things like that. Love the little sign in the background, the north and south, we give you the ability to do that. The lamp post with the light on and everything, just a case of adding a bit of colour. Really, really pretty. I'm going to start my demos with this one, which is a lovely little scene builder. So again, lots of different ways to do this, but I'm just going to go through all the components of this one and show you how to pop it together to make the scene. But I just think it lends itself nicely to maybe being a shaker element or a little snow globe element, but works just as well as a feature on front of the card there. And then we've got Snowman's friends, we've got the reindeer there, absolutely beautiful with those lovely gifts, and he's bringing the Christmas tree to all the festivities. So again, stamps from the set, papers from the set there, really, really pretty. And then we've got Mr. and Mrs. Snowman there. I just think they are so cute. I'm going to do something a little bit different with these later on in the show, really bring out that vintage effect with them. But all the elements that you see there are all from the set. And again, you know, it doesn't have to be just cards. You know, we all love a nice little gift bag at Christmas, so why not sort of start and make your own, just using those papers and add the elements there just as decoration, or even gift tags. You could make a whole set of gift tags to trim up your Christmas presents. It is a lovely, lovely collection. Real feel of nostalgia about it, Ben, hasn't it?
Absolutely right, yeah, and I think that's what's made people love this collection. Takes you on that little trip down memory lane. You've got so many cute characters that you're going to fall in love with this in this collection. Do let us know if you've already bought it. Let us know what you're shopping for today as well, what you love most about this set. We're going to have a look at it. Just a few hellos. Felicia says, hi everyone from Toledo, Ohio. Happy 4th of July. Betsy says, good morning from Houston, Texas. I'm so excited to see this show. 16 Jonas fan says, hello, my name is Tiana Simpson and I've been waiting for this. Well, welcome. Dan Stevens is with us from a sunny Newquay in Cornwall. Have a super crafting day. Lovely part of the world. Linda Ryan's in. Christine Mahoney's with us. Rosalind Russell and Paul Hocknall, who says, I bought this yesterday. It looks fantastic. Gilmore's in as well, saying, Ben, that might be why we call jumpers sweaters in the US. Take your meaning. Yes, it will be today. Nina's joined us saying, I love Christmas crafting, and Pammy says, I started another card with this collection. I love all the elements. I added our eggnog fox to my cart as well. Yes, the eggnog fox, who you will meet in just a few moments' time. I think that should be his name, shouldn't it? Eggnog. Yeah, and you'll see why we'll call him Eggnog in just a few moments. So, details on the screen for your complete collection. We do have another collection, which I'll tell you about in just a few moments' time. But the thing you've got to get your head around here, which I always struggle to do, this is the official launch right now. So, you know, it's brand spanking new. It's hot off the press. In my mind, it should be that price tag that's crossed out, 126.86, 160.30, because it's brand new. But no, what we do is we take off 25%, which brings it down to this price here, and then we go, oh, you're within Club Inspire, so you can then have your discount of what you would normally get, 5, 10, 15, 20% off if you're platinum, to bring it down to £75.99 or $96.76. It's a lovely collection, and of course we give you a whole range of goodies in here, like your consumables. You're going to get 36 sheets in your 12 by 12 paper pad, double-sided. The imagery, I'm sure you'll agree, is absolutely stunning. And the thing that Jan and I were chatting about earlier on, you basically got 6 sheets of 6 different designs, but there's 2 sheets like this where you pretty much, well, you get 4 background scenes which you can snip into. So theoretically, and you described this brilliantly, Jan, you're almost getting like a 6 by 6 pad within the 12 by 12, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's a great way of doing it, that. And the fact that it's double-sided, if there's a particular scene that you don't like or you don't need to use, you've got the reverse side of it there as well to use. Yeah, so brilliant idea, I love it. Yeah, it's so handy. You're getting that 6 times over. Love this scene here with the kind of classic Christmas tree. Isn't it, that? Yeah, with the stockings hanging and the candy canes and the presents placed at the base of the tree. Once again, you're getting all those different scenes. So this time, like a nighttime scene, 6 times over you're getting there. So again, 24 more 6 by 6s if you like. And as Jan was saying, all double-sided, all of the colours just matching perfectly for you for your mats and layers. You've got your Christmas lanterns through here too. Just a really warm, cosy collection. And again, this is a really nice paper. I mean, if you wanted to use that as a whole, you could do, but we were chatting again earlier on about cutting that on the horizontal. Yeah, making like sort of strips of it, particularly if you're a scrapbooker or anything like that. They'd make great borders to go along the bottom of a scrapbook page, maybe even fussy cut around the snowmen and the trees to give it like a tree line top on the edge of it. But yeah, really useful. And again, you've got that double-sided element if you do want to use the reverse side. There's 36 sheets in that collection right there. 12 by 12, of course. You're also going to get your luxury cardstock, which is included. So 250 GSM, 24 sheets here. So once again, you're getting 6 different styles, if you like, colours. No, 4 of each, that's right, 4 of each. You're getting the pearlescent cardstock, which you're seeing at the front here, and you're getting some matching glitter cardstock too. We were chatting actually because you've got the red, white and blue through here as well. So absolutely, it was very apt, wasn't it, for today? Yeah. Yeah, but gorgeous pearlescent cardstock, double-sided. You're going to be receiving 4 sheets, and then also you're going to get that gorgeous glitter cardstock in here too. And you know how gorgeous our glitter cardstock is. It's got that encapsulated nature for you. So you know, if you don't like the feel of glitter, you know, you don't like it getting all over the place, you still get that lovely effect of all of the sparkle that you'd want, particularly in a collection like this, but you've not got the mess of all the glitter getting everywhere. We were oohing and ahhing over this particular piece here earlier. One, yeah. I need that in a pack on its own. Yeah, but I think that's why a lot of people have gone for the bigger bundle, which we'll tell you about in just a few moments' time. But that is your consumables. Then let's bring you on to all of the hardware, if you like, that you're going to receive in this collection. And
We'll start off with a wintry scene. I'll give you the names of these as well, so in case you do want to make up your own bundles. £45, $55 spend. If you do that and pick and choose, you can get an extra 10% off. But this is that wintry scene. Beautiful cut and embossed folder. And again, really, really gorgeous, because you've got all the elements that you would expect here. That beautiful snowman on the front, the gorgeous snow falling in the background. But again, you've got that die cut in there to allow you to create that aperture. You did a lovely card with this earlier on with the gilding wax, didn't you? Popped
gilding wax over it. We popped a little bit of vellum behind the aperture with the stamping, the sentiment in. Yeah, but so again, anything that's got an aperture and open itself up to be a shaker element. So yeah, there's so many different ways to use it. I like the cut and emboss folders.
Yeah,
just adds a bit of extra to it, doesn't it?
Absolutely right. You've got the falling snow embossing folder in here as well.
So usable.
Great starting point. But you were saying, you know what? Obviously snow, because it's in the Snowman collection. Yeah. But it could be bubbles.
Just spots and dots. It could be bubbles. Yeah. Any time of year, really.
Stamps in here as well, merry and bright. So this is that really cute reindeer that Jan was showing you a few moments ago, delivering that Christmas tree. There's presents in there, lots of different sentiments for all sorts of festive projects. Here's the star of the show, Christmas in Your Heart, this set is called, with that really gorgeous vintage snowman. I love him, the fact that he's dressed up with his scarf, he's got his mittens on, he's got his cane and his top hat on. You've got stockings in there and the Christmas lantern. Keep Christmas in your heart, which is a really, really lovely sentiment. Then you've got this set here, which is the Vintage Wonderland. I know you've got a demo lined up with this. It's almost
We're going to start with that one, show you how that one works.
So build your own snow globe here, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's, and again, open to lots of different interpretation, just depending on what colour, whether you cut it out of the papers or not. There's so many different ways to use them.
Then you've got the Jolly Snowman. So this is, again, a build-your-own snowman, really, if you like, all the different components that you can choose to cut out in different colours to create the snowman of your choice. Love the fact that you've got the little stamped-out face there, so you can pop that on.
Anybody else see Casper's face in there as well? If you were doing a Halloween project, it could be Casper the Ghost, couldn't it?
That's very good, actually.
I just looking at him there on the white card, I thought, yeah, I can imagine him on a little Halloween project as well.
Yeah, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
See, thinking out the box already here, aren't we? You've then got your stamp and die set, so Oh Christmas Tree. And again, you're meeting a few more of the different characters and sort of scenery within this collection as well. So that gorgeous tree. Again, we love the vintage lanterns that you're going to receive in here. Little stars and that little baby deer there too. Then you've got the Dashing Through the Snow, which is Mr. and Mrs. Snowman. That sleigh is absolutely gorgeous as well. Might want to die cut loads of those presents out and pile those up on top of the sleigh. It'd look absolutely beautiful. Then here he is, or she is, Eggnog the Fox.
Looking very satisfied there.
Yeah, we called the fox Eggnog because a few of you were saying earlier on that it looks like Eggnog has been on the spiced eggnog.
I had a look in the break and I couldn't find much of a link between foxes and Christmas, so I'm not quite sure. I think he's just an additional character.
Yeah, just a woodland character really, isn't he, to, the snowman might meet.
And I mean, again, depending on how you colour him, there was a bit of, we weren't sure whether he was a fox or a cat, but I think it all depends. I mean, the way it's coloured there, clearly is a fox, but I know we've got a sample over here where he's done in grey and he could look like a cat, so yeah, make it work for you.
Exactly right. So I've just seen a comment which has come through as well, somebody saying about the reindeer, that reindeer there, he's saying, are you sure that's a reindeer? I think, says Pamela, that that's a moose. Well, it could be a moose or a reindeer.
Moose.
About this house. Moose, reindeer, fox, cat. Whatever you want it to be, really. Yeah. You've then got your Christmas greetings with the best gingerbread man I've ever seen.
What too many mince pies?
There's a little bit long in the upper, said Johnny. Oh, Doughy, we'll call him Doughy.
Doughy the gingerbread. Or Ginger Man, as my Toby calls him. He's a ginger man.
He's a ginger man?
Yeah, he loves a good ginger man biscuit.
Oh dear. It is, John, that's very true. Like when you make them with the children, the kids, the grandkids, they don't roll them out enough, so you want to get the big chunky cookies.
Little podgy one.
Yeah. Podgy, the gingerbread man. I actually like that better. Podgy. You've then got your Christmas blessings, or winter blessings, this one is called, and it's a lovely selection of different sentiments, from your happy holidays to your traditional Merry Christmas. Really lovely fonts on those as well, and I think just going to really add that finishing touch to all of your projects. And then talking of sentiments, you've got your seasonal sentiments as well in die form, which bring you so much fun. You've got Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, Merry and Bright, all included in there too. Massive collection, as you can see, with a 25% saving, less another 20% if you're a Platinum member. Now, what a lot of you have been doing, actually, is going for the extra collection. A quarter of the stock has already gone. We officially launched this 16 minutes ago. The extra selection brings you 2 lots of the 12x12 pad, and you also get 2 lots of the luxury cardstock. Value for money wise, it's the best way to go if you want more consumables, because it works out like you're getting the 12x12 pad for half price within this bundle. So if you know that you want more, this is the one to go for. And again, for our US viewers, if you're Platinum, you're just shy of that free shipping threshold as well, so it's worth popping that extra $3 and change of items into your basket to get to that free shipping. Worthwhile checking out the 30% off deals that we're doing for the 4th of July on the website right now. That is all of the goodies. Lots of you already shopping, lots of you telling me you've already shopped. Jenny just saying, afternoon, I've been very naughty. I wasn't going to buy any Christmas items, but I saw the paper pad earlier and I caved and I bought some of it. Good for you. Happy 4th of July. Pamela Jane says, I cherry picked from this collection. I picked up 2 paper pads, the embossing folder and the Builder Scene die set. They will mix in perfect with my other Christmas sets. And Cheryl Ludwig says, good morning from Southern California. The Snowmen are absolutely amazing. Few more. Mary says, hello again from Maine. I lost track of time. I'm late back. Gilmore says, call the gingerbread man Mr. Chunks.
Chunk the gingerbread.
I like it. Crafty Angie says, that fox reminds me of the cartoon Tom and Jerry.
Yes, yeah.
Marisol says, my nephew is named Benjamin. A little friend called him Ginger Man because he heard his name wrong. Oh, Benjamin instead of Ginger Man. Very good. And Jenny says, love this collection so much. Mary says, I love your sweater, Ben. And I am, yes, 17 minutes in already, beginning to get a bit hot. So let's get on over to Jenny, who's got probably a zillion demos to show us. And you're going to start with that Builder Snow Globe, aren't you?
Yes, I thought we'd start with that one. It's a nice little kit. You know, for those of you that are not wanting to splash out on the whole element, you know, if you're picking and choosing certain elements, it's nice to show you how they work so that you can make a calculated decision. So this one's Vintage Wonderland, and it is a metal die set. So you actually get all the components in here to make the little scene that you can see on the front of the picture there. So I thought that's exactly what we do. And then it depends how you want to use it, whether you want to make that your card shape, whether you want to make it into a shaker element, or whether you want to just add it to the front of a card. So many different ways to do it. And again, done in different colorways, different textures, adding the glitter into it, things like that, adding snow to it, so many different ways. So again, you can see that it's been absolutely jam-packed full of dies in there. There's literally loads on it. So the main element is what cuts the actual dome. So we'll cut that out. And then you've got all these extra little pieces. So you've got the sleigh there, which cuts out the sleigh. You've got the snowman himself with his scarf. Mm-hmm. You've got lots of different trees to build up the background. We've got the little deer again. We've got the tree without any, such as not the fir tree, you know, one of the ones that's lost its leaves. You've got a couple of clouds in there, a couple of snowflakes in there, snowman's hat and his scarf. So again, nice one to go for if you're doing Christmas cards with the kiddies or the grandchildren. Yeah. All these elements, apart from obviously the snow globe one, all the smaller elements will fit through your mini clearly. So, you know, if you wanted to cut this one out and then let the children play with the mini, and all I've done is literally gone through my scrap folder and just picked out loads of different colours that I can use to cut out trees and snowmen and scarves and you name it. Great for sort of scrap busting on that one. So let's just cut that main element out just to show you. And this is a complete die, so you're going to get that cut out of your cardstock completely. It doesn't stay attached or anything. So a thin metal die will work in all your machines, will certainly fit through the Gemini Junior or your MIDI. It's a wee bit big for the mini itself, this particular one, but it's a nice easy one. You know, if you don't have the means to actually, if you've only got one of the smaller machines, you could just draw around it. It's not a difficult one to cut out, you know. So again, when we've got that off there, you can see that we've got the two pieces there. You've got your dome part. Okay, you can see that there. And then this bit's nice to actually use as the background. If you wanted to pop some ink on there, you could actually lift it and use that because it's already cut as the background. Now, what I did with mine is I've used some extra cardstock. So I've got like a little bit of grey here. And I've just sort of gone freehand with it. I've just cut sort of a wavy part here, and then stuck it over the bottom and then literally trimmed round the edge just to give me sort of a couple of layers at the front to make it look like hills. And then what I've done is I've done the same again with a piece of white that I'm going to pop to start and build that scene towards the back. So we started off with just the plain dome, and then to start building up the different layers in there, okay? And I've added a piece of acetate to the front of mine as well. I was originally going to go along the shaker feel for it, but I thought, no, we'll just keep it as the scene so that you can see how it builds up. If you want to add shaker pieces, it would simply be a case of adding your shaker foam on the back of here and then just popping another piece behind it. So instead of using this one, again, I've just cut. Again, these are all pieces, I keep all my textured cardstock in a folder together. I've just pulled out pieces that I thought were suitable for the colour scheme there. And then the two on the top are actually the clouds. So you get a larger one, which you can see I've done on that one. And then you get the smaller one, which I've done out of a slightly different colour there, just to start and build up a little bit of detail in the sky there. This one I've stuck on and then just gone round it with my scissors to take off any excess so that it fits in the parameters of that dome. And then we're going to use that one to fit behind here with our extra hill, and I'll trim this down once I've decided where that's going to go. And you can see we've got the beginnings there of that little scene coming together. Okay, so the rest of it, it's just a case of deciding what colour you want to die cut and adding all these pieces onto your bits of cardstock, which is what I've done here. And you can see I've taken, there's two different sizes of the fir trees. You've got the taller one, and then you've got sort of a, I'm saying two different sizes, there's three actually. You get the medium one, and then you can see we've got that sort of little double one. And the reason they're all different sizes is to build that scene and create the perspective. So the further back you go, they look smaller in the distance. So we've got those at the ready. And I've just done those in 2 or 3 different colours of green that I'd got lying about. Again, all scraps from my textured cardstock that I just keep in a little folder together. And then I've cut the sleigh. So I've done the sleigh out of a little bit of dark red. And I've also cut his scarf as well. So you can see we've got those on here. You've got the sleigh, and then this element's the scarf for the snowman. So I've done those in the red. I've done his little hat out of a piece of black. I've done the little deer and the tree with no leaves in brown. And then the snowflakes, I've just popped on a little bit of turquoise just there. Okay, so I've got all my elements at the ready. And then, of course, not forgetting the little snowman himself. So he's literally just been die cut, and you can see the impression there of where his arms are. And then all I've done is taken one of my black pens and just dotted over where his face and his little buttons are on there. Okay, so we can start and build him up. So I think the first thing we'll do, let me just get rid of that. And I've run these through my sticky machine, but if you don't have access to one of those, then you can just use your wet glue on the back of these. You could use your dotty tape pen on the back of them. They're only little small elements. Okay, but I've just run them through there just for speed, really, with them, and I get an instant stick with them. So what we'll do then is we'll pop the snowman his scarf on. So let me just work on there so that you can see what I'm doing. So he's going to have his little scarf on. And we also need to pop, his hat on as well.
Jodie says the buttons on the snowman are a little bit low.
They're a little bit low. Maybe it's because he's got his hands in the middle. He's stood like that with his hands in the middle,
I see. So he's
that's why
he's pushed his belly out a bit.
A little bit low down. So again, you've got his little hat there again.
Yeah.
So just really, really nice to be able to sort of sit and have a go at building these. So we've got him at the ready. And then what I want to do is I want to pop some of these. That's why I've left this bit just yet. I want to sort of trap some of the trees in between here before we do the last element with that spare hill.
Yeah.
So some of them are going to go right at the background. So they're going to go onto my background. I'm going to take some of these smaller ones, I think, to go right sort of on the little hill in the background. So if I sort of put that roughly where I want it to go with my blue piece underneath. And then what I'm going to do is just slot these as if these are sort of on the hillside there. So I've got the two dark ones, and then I've got two slightly lighter ones there. So these are going to come a bit lower down, like so.
Okay.
Take that one out again. Okay. And then on this layer, I want to start and build up some of those sort of middle size ones. So again, these are going to come onto that one and then onto the background as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got a slightly different colour. So again, you know, just using literally what is in your scrapbox. There's not really any need to be cutting into, you know, sort of big pieces of card for this. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of my, whoops, tape runner, she says. There we go. Underneath, just to secure that piece. And then just trim off any pieces that are sticking over the side. Now, if you want to build up dimension in this, you could add foam between your layers. So where I've just put the hill on, you could actually pop a little bit of foam. I'm just going to keep this one nice and flat just for the demo purposes here.
Yeah.
So again, when we pop this over the top, you can see that we've got the beginnings of that scene. So then the next thing is to decide where the snowman's going to go. And I think he's going to come right to the front here and sit on that little hill just there. Yep. So we'll get a little bit of glue. Ooh. Got a bit of tape on there at the ready. And he's just going to sit as if he's on the hillside there in front of the tree line. And then, what else have we got? We can pop a couple of those trees at the foreground as well. So we'll have a couple of those on here as well. So we want the dark one first in the background. And then we'll go with the slightly lighter one this time to make it different from the ones in front. Okay, I don't know whether I'm going to have room to fit the sleigh in there.
Oh yeah.
We might have to pop the sleigh. I've got a card blank to put this on, so I might pop the sleigh on the card blank instead.
Right.
So put that little tree there.
I thought it was going to be his arm for a second.
It could have been, yeah. You could snip into that and make his arms. Yeah. And then I think I might save the deer and the sleigh to actually go on the card blank itself. So again, you know, however you want to pop this together. So all I've done, I've just prepared, I think we're on a 6 3/4 inches card with a tent fold, the folds at the top. And again, one of those lovely pieces from that card pad. It doesn't matter which one you choose. You know, these all mix and match beautifully. You're not going to go wrong with any of them. And then I've matted that onto that lovely blue pearlised cardstock that's in the card pack. So again, you know, if you want the glitter card behind it, absolutely fine. So again, just going to pop that one on here, and I'm just going to make mine simply a topper.
Yeah.
Like I say, if you wanted to pop foam tape behind it, and it would look great with the faux snow inside it rather than shaker pieces, you know, to sort of lift it. But I am literally just going to pop mine on front of the card here. All right, so we've got that one to go on that side. So I'm going to put the background one down first.
Let's bear in mind, if you do want any glitter and sparkles and bits and pieces, we have got lots for you on Monday Makers a little bit later on. Let us know if you picked this collection up as well. Lots of you telling me you already have. Olga says I picked up the vintage snowman yesterday along with the watercolour Christmas on the sale. Christmas in July is off with a 4th of July bang. And chaps, Johnny and Georgia the Joystick, apparently Betty from Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, has sent in a picture for me. If you could check the thing that you check, the email thing, that's what it's called.
The email thing.
The email thing. All right, Grandad. She sent it in on that thing called the World Wide Web.
Well, fancy that.
Yeah, yeah, the Tinternet. Yeah. If you do want to send any emails through as well, you can do. We can't show them on the big screen, but the guys, what they do is they use the Tinternet to send it via electronic mail to my tablet.
It's all very technical, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I know, seriously. You could just give out my email address and send it straight to me.
So we've actually got then, we've got the sleigh left, which I think I'm going to pop onto. Does it look silly on its own just there? Might pop him down there on the corner. And then we've got the little deer left, which can go down at the corner there. Okay, and then the snowflakes I thought would look nice just dotted around the edges here, just as decoration. So you've got two different types. So I've just sort of alternated them.
Yeah.
Again, however, you know, embellishing something is very much a personal thing. So we're just giving you ideas there. And then I brought in that lovely seasonal sentiments. And this is lovely. The reason I like this is because unlike some of these sentiment dies, these are all separate words. So even though they're enclosed within their phrase, so for example, merry and bright,
yeah,
season's greetings, the words are actually separate, which means you've got a little bit of mix and match facility, you know, because you might want to use that lovely font with the merry there along with Christmas rather than the block font. You might want to do sort of season's fun. You know, it could be I don't know, bright Christmas. So again, the fact that they're separate means that you can actually mix and match them rather than it be a set sentiment. So what I did with this, I've taken some silver mirror card and die cut this Snow Much Fun, which obviously went nicely with this one. And then I've just put a little drop shadow behind it with that blue from the scraps that were left over from the back mat there. So again, all we're going to do with this one is pop this on the top here to do the snow. And then much, and I love that the fonts are different. So you've got the capital letters, the block capitals here, then you've got that lovely cursive font for the much, and then we go back to the block capital letters for the fun. And I just think it's something a little bit different to what we've seen before with the sentiments. So again, you know, as simple as that, that is literally keeping it very basic. Like I said, this could actually be the card shape. So if you were to actually cut this one and leave, you've seen us do it where we've left the fold out of the edge of the die. So just hang the die over the edge so that the fold stays intact. You could actually make this into a little opening card shape. You could do it as that one with a flat piece to make an easel card. So many different ways. Or just to make it, like Ben said, as a little snow globe. Yeah. I just wanted to pop it on the front of a card there just so that you could see it in its simplest form, and just how you can layer it up to make those different designs. So I've literally just die cut it and just layered them. The only thing I've added to it was the grey piece at the front and the extra piece of white in the layers behind it. And that was literally just taking my scissors, cutting a wavy line, and then literally cutting off the surplus that we didn't need. Lovely. Really, really lovely. One of the sets, one of the many sets that you're going to get within this collection. Jan, beautiful card, says Sarah Brown. Lovely. And just generally, lots of you getting very excited about this collection. Jenny just saying, I love this collection so, so much. This bundle that you're seeing on screen now is the one where you get the extra set of your 12 by 12 papers, and you also get the extra set of your luxury cardstock as well. It's definitely the one to buy. You know, if you love your papers, if you love your cardstock, and you were thinking of kind of topping up anyway, this is the way to go, because it works out that obviously you get double the amount of your 12 by 12 pads, double the amount of your luxury cardstock as well. But you're getting your 12 by 12, it really works out that you're getting that for half price within this bundle. So this is certainly the way to go. And of course, if you do decide that you want more on top of that, there's nothing to stop you from doing that. All of the items within the main bundle are currently still available, but you know what, it's always the paper pads that go first. So stock up on those. I know there's quite a few of you watching who love your paper pads. One name in particular I saw just a few moments ago. I wonder how many she'll be buying, and we all know
know who I'm talking about. You're also, of course, going to get within this collection the luxury cardstock as well, 250 GSM, and you get that in that gorgeous sort of pearlescent finish, double-sided, of course, but you will get that lovely glitter cardstock in there too, in those 3 different colours. It's 24 sheets in total, 4 sheets of those 6 different colours. £94 is your platinum price, or $121.32. So for all of that right there as well. And if you are a platinum customer and you're shopping in the US, of course, make sure you get that extra $3.68 worth of goodies into your cart to get that free shipping as well. Lots more on the show too, things that you might want to go for to help you get the very best out of this collection, like your tri-blends. We've got these in the deep blends for you, 24 pens within this collection here, of course, 24 pens, but 72 colours, because you've got your light, medium and dark of all of the colours within that set. It's a 10% saving on that collection today, £57.59 if you're a platinum member, $86.36 if you're shopping in the US. Sorry, the lady who I was talking about has just messaged, says, I'm still deciding, lol. Let us know when you've decided, Christine. I'm always interested to know. Also on the show, we've got now something you definitely want to go for, because when you think of Christmas time, particularly snow and snowmen and all those kind of wintry scenes, you want to add a bit of sparkle to those, and this is a great collection to be able to do it, because you're getting your clear overlay sparkle pens and your glossy highlights. It basically works out that you buy the 2 bottles of glossy highlights, 2 60ml bottles, and you buy 1 set of the clear overlay sparkle pens. We give you the second set of clear overlay sparkle pens for free within that bundle. So again, a really lovely deal to stock up on, and those glossy highlights are always super popular. So once again, I would encourage you to get those whilst we do have them in stock, and the fact that you get the free set of pens there too makes that a really lovely deal. Just shy of £20 if you're platinum, $24.68 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. Again, lots of stamps in this set as well, so if you're wanting a bit of a hand with your stamping and maybe it's something that you struggle with for whatever reason, this is a good collection to go for, because we're giving you your 4x4 and 6x6 stamping platforms alongside that stamping mat as well. So again, it just makes stamping a little bit easier for you. The 6x6 is the one that I use whenever I'm crafting at home with Daisy, and it does just make life a little bit easier for you, particularly maybe if you are new to stamping, maybe you find stamping a little bit difficult for whatever reason. Those stamping plates are really, really handy, and to have the mat in that collection as well does make that a very, very good buy indeed. Saving almost £11, $16, platinum price is £16 or $21.60. Lovely card, says Sarah. Mary says, what a sweet card. I love it, Jan. Let us know, please, what you've bought, what you're thinking about maybe putting in your bundle. Worth bearing in mind, I know we've chatted about the standard bundle and we've chatted about that extra card bundle as well, which I think the majority of you are going for. If you can't stretch to the bigger bundle, you can, I was going to say, you can nitpick. You can pick, I mean, you can nitpick if you want to. Cherry pick is what I meant to say. Nitpick as well if you want to, but cherry pick, create your own little bundle. Is that what? Nitpicking? Nitpick? What are you talking about? Cherry pick is nice, isn't it? Sort of cherry because you're picking cherries.
Nitpick is a bit
like you're picking your picking.
It's like picking trouble with something, isn't it? To nitpick.
To nitpick, you're nagging a bit, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stop nitpicking.
Yeah.
Stop nagging. That's what Mrs. M does a lot of.
Positives and negatives.
Nitpicking. Nitpicking. Why have you done that? Why haven't you done that? Why did you do that like that? If you did it right in the first place, I wouldn't have to nitpick, would I? I know. What was I saying? Yes, if you want to cherry pick anything from this collection, spend £45 or $55, you will get an extra 10% off. Let us know what you're shopping for. Also, please do let us know what you are doing to celebrate 4th of July, because we love to know. We love to know what's going on, because obviously it's your celebration. What do you do to celebrate the 4th of July? What have you already done? What are you eating? Any ideas of what we can eat in between breaks? Because I still want to do the s'mores thing between 4 and 6, although I've been called to do some filming, so you guys might have to take the lead on that one. Johnny's got his yearly review. Oh. Yeah, he might not be here at 6 o'clock. I'll make you a s'more to send you on your way. How's about that? Get his coat, get his bag, and he'll be gone. No, he won't. He won't. He's the very best we have. Also, just to talk about the 4th of July on the website right now, we've got 30% off select Gemini dyes, excluding June and July launches. So just to celebrate with you your day, do make sure you check the website and get those deals. Mandy Doodlehan says, happy 4th of July to all my friends across the pond. And Christine says, uh-oh, Ben's in trouble with Mrs. M. I'm not, because I'd say it to her face, and B, she never watches, so I can pretty much say anything as long as none of you guys told her. It really wouldn't matter. And as I say, I would never say anything to you here which I wouldn't say to her. So I'm just a bit further away to get smacked when I'm here. Right, let's get back on to the vintage Snowman collection, demo number 2.
The vintage demo collection.
Vintage Snowman collection. Did I say vintage demo?
The vintage demo collection, because it's still worrying, you see.
There you go. Vintage demo. Can we have another Snowman, please?
Yes,
Snowman
here we go
2.
then. So, back in the room. So, we've got the Dashing Through the Snow this time. So, this is that gorgeous little Mr. and Mrs. Snowman, having a little cuddle there. Absolutely beautiful. You've got the sleigh in this one as well. And again, this is a, decent size. You can see that's a really nice sort of feature for a topper. We're going to concentrate on the little two snowman. I'm going to bring in the letterbox here, the pillar box, which is our mailbox here in the UK. Yeah. And then I'm going to use the little parcel on there as well as embellishments. So this one comes as a stamp and die collection. So you've got dies to cut out all the elements. You've got the big sleigh die in the background. You've got the snowman within him. You've got the little sack of presents, the individual ones, the mailbox there, even the little snowflakes as well. So all the pieces that you need. So what we're going to do first of all is stamp this one out. And I've just got a piece of nice Nina cardstock in here to work on with my alcohol markers this time. So I'm just going to bring that lovely little snowman couple in there, pop him onto my stamping platform or whatever your stamping piece of choice is, and I'm going to bring in the alcohol proofing because I'm going to work with my tri-blend alcohol markers, and I've gone for the brown one, and there's a reason for that which I'll show you when we start colouring. I said earlier that I'd done something a little bit different, and it was just the vintage theme that appealed to me with this one. So I thought, right, we'll go down that vintage line with it. So let's get that image stamped out. And then I'm just going to colour with one particular colour pen, which is a bit unusual because we normally add lots of colour to them. But just look how cute they are, honestly. Tells a story just on its own, doesn't it, there? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in one colour of pen. Now, I just need something to pop underneath there. So I'll just grab another piece of cardstock there just to pop underneath it. And I'm actually going to bring in the tan blend. You might think, well, where's she going with this one? But I'm also going to use it in conjunction with my blender pen. So this one is this is actually one of my old ones, the original design here before we brought the Classiques out. Yeah. So you can get the blenders in your Classique range. They don't come in the tri-blend, but a blender pen is just simply the alcohol ink with no colour in it. So it's got a clear nib. You can just see my nib's white in there, but it's got the alcohol ink in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the lightest tone in this one, so the very light one, which is TN1, so Tan Blend 1. And what I'm going to do is just sort of where the actual snowman part is. So I'm going to take it round the edge of her face, little bit round the edge of her arm, and down the bottom here of the actual snowman. And I'm just going to do a bit at a time because I then want to bring my blender in. Now, if I go over the top of this, it will lighten it. So what I want to do is actually just nudge the edge. I want to get rid of that harsh line where the edge of that colour's stopped because I'm not going to add any more colour to it. And just by doing this, it's allowing that plain alcohol ink to sort of bleed into the colour, and it just softens that edge a little bit and doesn't make it into such a harsh pen line. Let it do its work, and then I'm going to do the same with this little chap as well at this side. So again, just pick areas where you want to highlight. I'm going to take it round his arm, and again round the base here, and just do it in pieces at a time, because what you don't want is this colour to dry. You want it to remain wet so that this one can bleed into it and do its job. So I'm not actually going all the way over the colour. I'm just taking my nib into the edge.
Okay.
And again, just round here, just to soften that line. And you just need to give it a minute or two for the alcohol to then evaporate. And you'll see over here that this one's actually started to become much more blurred round the edges, and that's what I'm looking for. And then again, round certain areas, I'm going to stick with that lightest tone on here, and a little bit on his hat here.
There's lots of love coming in for this snow couple.
They're so cute, aren't
we need to name them, I think. What are we going to call the snow couple?
What shall we call them?
Suggestions. Mary says, so cute. How sweet are the snowmen couple? I love them. They're too cute, says Mandy Doodle Hands.
Can you just imagine, though, for somebody that has a winter or a Christmas wedding anniversary, it would be perfect, wouldn't it?
It really would, yeah.
And then I'm going to go to the mid-tone in this one, which on this particular one is TN2. I want a slightly sort of darker element, still sticking with that same colour family. I'm only going to use this one particular colour family on here. And again, I'm just going to blend that edge so that it's not so harsh. It doesn't look as if I've just sort of stopped dead in the middle of it. And I'm going to bring in a little bit on the stripes here. And what I'm going for is that lovely sepia sort of vintage finish. And that's why I've just stuck with that one particular colour. So again, I'm not too worried about, because that one's a stripe, I don't need to worry about blending that one. And the same here, we'll pop a little bit of this colour into his scarf as well. And then I'll show you the one that I've actually finished, and you can get the idea a bit better. So again, just wherever you want a little bit of extra colour.
They're all dressed up, aren't they, those two? Probably off to the snowball.
And then again, I'm just going to take that very darkest one, just a tiny little bit. I don't want a lot. Take that edge off it again, and just have a look at where you want the different degrees of that particular colour. So the holly leaves can be coloured in that one. And I just want to be able to distinguish between one colour and the next. So just swapping between those three shades. Again, we can pop a little bit of colour on the mittens there. And you can take much more time with this, obviously, at home. But the idea that I'm aiming for, and this is the one that I did at home ready for you guys, was just to get that kind of sepia effect, as if it's just been done in that one monochrome colour. So just by using that 3 blend there with the tan shades, I've been able to come up with that sort of vintagey kind of effect there. Yeah, and then I've done exactly the same with the presents. So I've stamped out the little presents and done the same, kept the same colour scheme. And then I've also done the same, let me just take the cover off there, with the post box, the mailbox as well. So again, you can see that one
cute.
Just there. So that's all I've used, just that one colour all the way through. And I want to keep it in that sort of monochrome effect. And then I've prepared card base again for this one. So I've gone for an easel card this time, and I've just taken, these are those pieces that you saw as the 4 6x6 sheets there. And all I've done is chop them into their sizes, cut them down to the size I want, and I've got one for the inside, and then this one's actually going to go on the front with the outside. Now, because I was working with that monochrome, I've actually taken a piece of our gold satin mirror card for this one, because the colours that I'd got in the card pack didn't lend themselves. I want to keep this all sort of very neutral. So yeah, don't be afraid to mix and match it with things that you've already got in your kit. So let's just get those mats and layers stuck down. You can see again, there's bits missing. My gold satin card is very precious. I love it. I wish we'd got that in a pack on its own as well. But then I think to have, you know, single packs of everything that we all use, everybody likes something different, it would be hard going.
There's so many lovely comments coming through whilst you're sticking. Lots of love for the Snowman couple. Nee Connie just says, I love the vintage snow couple. Sometimes going back to the classics brings me back to our childhood days when things of joy were a lot simpler, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Life was a lot simpler back then, wasn't it?
Yep.
Jackie says, hi Jackie from North Yorkshire. First time commenting. Well, welcome and thank you for your comment, Jackie.
Yeah.
You also say it's the first time of you buying a full collection. Apparently, Jackie says, we collect snowmen, so this is right up my street.
Oh, that's perfect then, isn't it? Yeah.
Excellent stuff, Jackie. Must be used to the snow and snowmen in North Yorkshire. But let us know where you are in North Yorkshire, because you're obviously just down the road from us here.
Yeah, sort of in between, isn't it? I'm South Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And then it sort of, I know on my way home, you very quickly enter the sign for North
You're only
Yorkshire,
about 10 miles away, aren't we, across the border?
Yeah.
And Bessa says, I cherry-picked from this collection earlier on. The papers look beautiful. I ordered a couple of them. I've saved some for you, Christine Mahoney. Christine still hasn't divulged yet how many
Has she not decided yet?
How many she's going to buy. What you'll know as soon as she does buy.
I bet it's double figures.
The stock level, Johnny will know, because he'll see the stock level of the paper pads go, Johnny just said an alarm goes off. A red line gets flashing when Christine places her paper pad order. Brilliant.
So just popping that card blank together there, you can see we've got that sort of easel shape coming together.
Yeah.
And then again, I've just done some matting and layering to create the stopper that we need to stop this sliding. So again, let's just pop. I've got a little bit of foam tape on there just to sort of add some depth to stop that sliding too. It's been stubborn. Come on, there we go. Thank you very much. Thought it was getting shy then. There we go. So that one's just going to go across here at a point where we want that to stop. So about there, I think will work.
Just to say, Crafty C has said, great tips. Can you buy the alcohol blending pen on its own? Our Rachel says apparently yes, both the Illustrator and Classic blender pens are in stock individually.
Yes,
so that's good news. Thank you, Rachel.
So then on the front of here, we're going to use our little snowman couple, and I've just popped some foam pads again just to add a bit of dimension on the back of there. So he's going to go, or they should I say, are going to go as if they're in that little scene.
It is like the way you've done it, it's like they're posing for a photograph, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Just in that lovely little scene. And as I say, this is what makes it such a nice, you know, not that they're all nice collections, but I just think the fact that you've got those in there, if you're not big on inking and building backgrounds, this is a great way to sort of add that detail without having to worry about how you're going to sort of build it yourself. So we're going to put the post box there so that they can post their letter to Santa. Again, I've taken that lovely set from the seasonal sentiments, and this time we've gone for season's greetings. I thought that went really nicely with that. So I've just done the gold satin card and just backed it again with a little bit of a darker colour just to pop that shadow on. And again, I've used my sticky machine, but a little dab of wet glue behind there, or your dotty tape pen would work just the same. So again, pop that one on. And then I've got the little presents, which I think I'm going to pop towards the bottom here, like so. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue on those, just as an extra embellishment. And these come as part of that stamp set, so I've not actually mixed the stamp sets this time. So we'll have one just on the stopper there, and one a bit further down. And again, just keeping it nice and simple. You've got basic matting and layering there. I will turn that round so that you can see where we're at with it. But just by keeping those neutral tones gives a very different look to all those lovely bright colours. So again, depending on how you want to take it, I just think it gives you a different look altogether. And as I say, just using that one blend of colours with your alcohol pens, or it could be watercolour. You saw me using the aqua blend pencils. If you were watching earlier, you could do that with the pencils, just the same. But yeah, just something a bit different.
I really love it. Oh, well, now here's the thing. George the Joystick, he always likes to call when he thinks he sees the winner of the show. His success rate is probably, I don't know, 60-40. But he's just gone winner of the show right there. Winner of the show right there.
Different, isn't it?
I don't know where it's from. I don't know why I went like that. I'm thinking of producer Jamie, aren't I? Winner of the show right there, mate. That's George's favourite. Jan's probably going to do another 3 demos. You can't say your favourite now. But yeah, it's a lovely collection, and I urge you to stick with us on this show to pick up more inspiration. Go back and watch Wake Up Call from earlier on as well to see more inspiration there as well. We are almost, get this right, we're 54 minutes into the official launch. We're almost at 30% of the stock gone of our extra card collection. So if you've got stuff in your baskets, we're going to give you time to check out. Thank you for all the lovely messages coming through as well about 4th of July. It's so lovely to hear what you're up to, what you're doing. Marisol says, I'm making berry blondies for dessert today. Very nice.
That sounds very nice. There's no stopping it.
There is no stopping me. And we'll watch fireworks later on. Oh, I learnt the sign for that the other day. Fireworks. I'm doing sign language.
I know, I've seen you. A long time ago, I did the British equivalent of it for when I was working in school. I did Makaton.
Oh, yes.
So it's based on British Sign Language, but some of them are made a little bit easier because it's aimed at children.
Yeah.
And I can remember bits of it, but obviously it's so long since I've used it that I can't.
I know the sign for a long, long time ago.
The one that stuck in my mind was, have you done that one yet?
Is that King?
Shower.
Oh, shower.
And this one.
What's that one?
Dead.
The
strangest thing stick in my mind, you know, I'm having a shower, dead.
Shower. But that shower.
Thank you. I remember thank you.
But that's also King, Queen, Prince. You've got Chef. Chef, because he's got his chef's hat. I've so many.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can remember a lot of the alphabet as well. We did the alphabet, which I think is very similar.
It is, I know the alphabet. And Snowman, I don't know if it is, but you've got snow and then man.
Yeah.
That's what it is, snow. Man.
I would think so, yeah.
Anyway, how did we get onto that? Felicia says, I'm watching cooking baked beans and macaroni salad, hamburgers and dogs and brats. Brats in America are different to brats in the UK. Brats in the UK are small, annoying children. Why, you little brat? I think a brat is surely that's short for a bratwurst, isn't it? A hot dog? Let me know, Beth. That's what I'm guessing. No, yeah, bratwurst. Yeah, bratwurst, hot dog, that's what I'm guessing. Beth says we're supposed to be having a barbecue and a pool party and watching the fireworks and have a bonfire.
Oh, a pool party, that sounds nice.
Not sure if the weather's going to cooperate there. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you. I tell you what, let's give you time to check out those baskets. We're almost halfway through the show. We're almost a third of the way through the stock. So now is an opportune moment to give you information about our club here at Crafters Companion. It's called Club Inspire and we'll see you the other side of this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
There's plenty of love coming through. I tell you what, Eve B, excellent demo on the sentiment die usage. I'll be using that, says Eve. Mandy Doodlehands. I feel like I've not heard from you in ages, Mandy Doodlehands, because I know that I have, because I love saying your name, Mandy Doodlehands. Says, I love the papers in this set. Oh darn, I knew I should not have watched. Deb says, Jan, what a brilliant idea with the sepia-coloured snowmen. And Crafter Sees on YouTube says, oh dear, I just went to add the blender pen and I haven't checked out yet as I'm so tempted to buy this collection and all the other goodies on the website, lol.
The only time that it's likely to be a full collection, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because quite often, if we just get one element sell out, we can't bring it as a full collection anymore. We have to reconfigure it. So, yeah, if you're interested in it as a full collection, today's definitely the day.
Absolutely right. And it's always the paper pads, isn't it? The cardstock, those things that go first. So that is a great point, well made. If you want to ensure that you can get it at the discounted price, then today is the day to jump in. And as always, worth bearing in mind, you can go individually. That's what does sell out the bundles. If you want to build your own little snowman bundle, you can pay, what is it, £45, $55, and you'll get an extra 10% off that bundle if you want to do it that way. It's entirely up to you. We'll go through everything in the bundle again in just a few moments' time, but I think it's worth having a look at a few more cards with Jan, because I know you've shown a few of these, but for anyone who's missed them, it's nice to see some inspiration.
It is, and I think that a lot of that is, is very relevant. It's like if you're investing in that as a bundle, then yeah, the more inspiration we can show you, the more you've got to come back to and look at. As I say, you can access the shows even after we finish live. You can still look back and replay them, so it's always there. And of course, we have no problem with you recreating these designs. That's what our job is here for, to give you ideas. And I'm not fussy about, if you copy something I've done, that's what the job's about. It's about just giving you different ideas of things that you can do. And that I like to try and think outside the box. So like I said, doing that colour in that monochrome with the sepia ones was just a bit different, because we tend to think of the snowman all dressed up in, red scarves or green scarves and all nice and bright. But it was just keeping that vintage element to it. So these are just a few from our design team who, again, we could not manage without. So a big shout out to any of you guys that are watching. They do a fabulous job, and you can always tell by the number of samples that come in how well, and they honestly absolutely love this one. So that's the set there with the snowman and the Christmas tree. We're going to use that a little bit later on, and the snow's already on it as it's stamped out. So you just colour parts of it in the green, leave the other part white. I've actually added a little bit of glitter to the one that I've done, just so that those white parts have got a bit of sheen. If you've got the fluffy stuff that I brought to you when we did the Creative Expression show, that would look great on there, where you heat it and it just puffs up a little bit as well. So again, just a different card style there with that crisscross at the front. Again, bringing that embossing folder into the background there, just with a bit of ink, just to use as a backdrop if you don't want to use the paper pads. And again, this guy, I think there's a lot of snowmen in the collection, but I just think there's something about him. He's got a real characteristic feel to him there. So again, however you want to do this, whether you like alcohol colouring,
can I ask a question about him?
Like water colouring.
Is he wearing glasses, or is that a little cheek he's got?
It's his little cheeks.
Oh, I thought he had a little pair of glasses
cheeks.
over his carrot nose.
And I think there is one at each side. It's maybe not as obvious, just hiding behind his nose at the other side, but the little cheeks. So yeah, really, really cute. Just to add there, you know, we've just popped a little stepper on there so that it's sat on the step. But like I say, you know, whatever colouring medium, these would look great with those sparkle pens as well. Again, this is that little builder snowman, and we're going to come to this one in the next demo where you cut out the elements, pop him together. You've got that gorgeous, I love the lamppost and the little sign there, the north and south. We even provide the stamps for you to stamp on there that just fit in beautifully. And again, just using a bit of the paper in the background. This was that lovely little builder snowman that we used right at the beginning of the show, just creating your own scene. That one's got a very sort of watercolour effect to it there with the way it's been coloured in. So very different to sort of alcohol colouring, which is a bit more pronounced, a bit more definite. And then we've got those little friends, whether it be the reindeer or whether he's a moose, I'm not quite sure. But he's bringing in the tree. He's got his antlers. Mind you, I think moose have antlers as well, don't they? So
Debbie Robinson solved this one yesterday. Oh no, that was the difference between deer and reindeer. So
deer don't have antlers, do they? They just have the little...
Oh, no, so stags have the pointy antlers.
Yeah.
Reindeer stags have the pointy antlers. Reindeer, according to Debbie Robinson, have socks on their antlers.
Right.
That's what Debbie was saying yesterday.
Course.
That's how you remember.
Of course. Right.
And
what about a moose then? We don't know.
Not sure.
Don't know. And then again, you know, using them in your diorama style. So we've got that lovely sleigh. That was in the set that we've just used with the two little Mr. and Mrs. Snowman there. But how different does it look coloured in, as I say, to the one that we've just done with the sepia tones?
Yeah.
Same stamp, just looks completely different, doesn't it? Yeah.
Amazing.
And then again, you know, if you're into card making, absolutely fine. But if you prefer to start to go along the little gift line, you know, so many designs for gift boxes and things like that. But just a nice little treat bag there, using the snowman as a decoration. And I think they'd also make fabulous tags, particularly this one that's a decent size. You could just punch a hole in the top of his hat there, add a piece of ribbon and have him as the actual tag. If I was going to do that, I think I'd cut a couple and stick them together just so it was a bit more substantial, and then you can write your message on the back of it for your Christmas present. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Loads of inspiration. Shadai says, Lord Ben, I have a new name for our Nana Jan, Guru Nana Jan of Crafter's Companion.
Do you know, I've sort of progressed.
You have?
It was all planned for me to be Nana Jan, and I know a lot of you guys still call it me, which I love. But Toby calls me Nanny now.
Nanny.
And he's got a little twang to it as well. Nanny, Nanny, come, Nanny, come sit down. And honestly, I said I never wanted to be Nanny. I don't know why. There was something about it, but it's just, that's it now. You know, he shouts me and that's it. I just go, well, I run as fast as I can, you know. But yeah, maybe toddling along behind him. But yeah, Nanny, Nanny. Nanny, and she rang me while I was prepping the other morning. I had a phone call at 8:30 in the morning. The phone went, and when she calls me on video call. So when I looked at the screen, there's little Toby sat there in front of the screen. He's like, Nanny. She says, we've rang by request. He wanted to phone Nanny. Bless him. You come over, Nanny. You come over. This is at 8:30 in the morning.
No, me go back to bed.
Bless him. No, I was in the prep room. I was already prepping. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Nanny Jan.
Guru,
so yes.
Guru Nanny Jan.
Guru Nanny Jan.
Carol says, my neighbours have been firing off fireworks all weekend. We're grilling this afternoon hamburgers with baked beans, watermelon and a few other goodies.
Oh, I love a bit of watermelon.
Grilled watermelon. Yes, Ben, Bratz is Bratverse, says Gilmore, but Brats are also spoilt kids in the US. I think that's universal.
Ah, maybe, yeah.
Gwenda says, did Ben make s'mores? He said he would make them to celebrate the 4th. I haven't yet, but we're going to.
We've got a bit longer break between the next two shows, so that's a bit more manageable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Send him off to the shop now. He started something now.
Exactly. And Sensational Sky Josh says, what's with Ben's jumper? Well, it's a snowman.
It's not just any snowman, though.
No, it's the greatest
greatest snowman.
This is the greatest snow. He's the greatest snowman. I had to dig this one out for today, didn't I? Come on. I had my 4th of July waistcoat on earlier on as well. The things I do for you guys, eh? Things I do. You think I like dressing up like this? George has just gone, you love it. You love it, mate. Fantastic cards, great inspiration, says Crafty C. Collection is so cute, says Yolanda. Let's quickly show you through it once again in case you have missed it. You're getting your 36 sheets of beautiful papers in here. If you're going for the extra card set that is on your screen right now, you'll get this twice over. And as we've discussed, it's like you get your 6x6 pad within the 12x12 because you're going to get 24 sheets. Yes, that's right, because you're getting all of these, sorry, my maths is a bit slow today, 4 of these on each sheet, and you're getting another set where you've got like the nighttime scene, so you can snip into these 4 backgrounds there, and like Jan was saying earlier on, if you're someone perhaps who struggles with making your own backgrounds, then these are absolutely perfect, and they've been sized, of course, perfectly to fit all of your stamp and die characters onto as well. You've then got some really beautiful traditional papers here with that gorgeous vintage traditional Christmas tree with the stockings hanging and the candy canes and the snow falling. The reverse of these, of course, as well, we've made sure that it's going to match up beautifully for you. So again, there's no head scratching going on here thinking what matches with what. It's all done absolutely beautifully for you. This one I love. It's got a real sort of Christmas Eve theme about that to me.
Those lanterns are lovely, aren't they?
Just imagine, like, it's like
great for fussy cutting as well. You know, you could cut those out and actually use them as embellishments as well.
Yeah. But it's got that theme, like Johnny was just saying, like looking for Santa on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Used to love doing that with my kids. Not so much anymore.
You track him now on the internet.
Oh, I know, don't they?
Like,
where's the fun in that? We used to go outside and try and spot him in the sky.
Of course you do, yeah.
Leave out a bit of reindeer food. Then you've got this beautiful paper here, as we were chatting about, plenty of snippability if you wanted to cut into this for borders, for scrapbooking as well. You've got potentially, 4 different scenes there that you can use. I mean, it's a gorgeous paper pad, it really is. You get this twice over within the extra card set. Also, you're going to get twice over 24 sheets of your luxury cardstock. You get 4 sheets of the 6 different colours and designs there, so a pearlescent finish. And then you've also got that gorgeous glitter cardstock included in there as well, which I think is just, that's my fave.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. And again, it's that lovely Christmas red. It's not a bright red. It's got that vintage feel to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Really lovely selection of colours in there. So you get that twice over as well. And in this collection, as I say, it is almost like you're getting the 12 by 12 pad, the second one, for half price. Then you're going to get all of your goodies which you'll use over and over and over again. Your falling snow. And as we've chatted about, this doesn't have to just be used with this collection. This could be a background just with spots and dots on, maybe bubbles if you're doing like some sort of scene with your mermaids and those sort of creatures. It's a lovely starting point though for this particular set. You're then getting your wintry scene, which is that gorgeous cut and emboss folder. Lovely demo to go back and watch from earlier on, a wake-up call that Jan used this one on. Then you've got loads of beautiful sentiments as well, seasonal sentiments, and as Jan was saying, these are cut individually for you as well. So if you want to be able to change your greetings around, you can do. You've got the ability to do that, and the fact that you've got the different fonts in there as well is beautiful. Then you've got stamp sentiments, again, for, all sorts of occasions really. Happy holidays, if you just want to send, because that's kind of a bit more of a US expression, isn't it, happy holidays?
Yes,
I would say.
And I think that applies to different times of year as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like now, for example.
Yeah.
For
Thanksgiving, happy holidays, it would work for that, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You've got Deck the Halls, Noel, Merry Christmas, warm greetings on a wintry day. So again, not, I suppose, just Christmas cards, but also what I love about that, you've kind of got your standout sentiments for the front of your card, then messages to go on your inserts as well. Mm-hmm. Then you've got a lovely selection of Christmas stamps with all of your characters there, including
Little Chunk.
Little Mr. Chunk, the gingerbread man. We never named the little reindeer. Do you know who she reminds me of? The Baby Sham.
Yes.
Reindeer.
Very much so. Yeah.
Do you have Baby Sham in the US? I don't know. It was very much like, it was a very 80s drink, that, wasn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Johnny? Yeah. Then you've got your moose, reindeer, or whatever you want it to be, carrying the Christmas tree, festive greetings, merry and bright, and that Christmas present. Then we've got eggnog.
Eggnog the fox.
Eggnog the fox, because he looks like he's been on the eggnog, as Pammy mentioned a little bit earlier on. He looks, whatever he's been doing, he's had a great time. Well, she's had a great time.
He's got a definite smirk on his face. I mean, he knows something that we don't know.
Maybe he's had a little look inside the presents there and has seen one that's for him, her. You've then got Christmas in Your Heart, which is our main man there, the beautiful snowman. A real retro vintage feel to him, and I think we all agree he's our favourite snowman in the collection. Keep Christmas in your heart as well, which I think is a lovely sentiment. Stockings and lanterns and snowflakes and all sorts in there. Then you've got a lovely collection of stamp and die sets. Again, just making this so accessible for everybody. If you maybe not particularly good at fussy cutting, these just make it nice and easy for you, because you can cut out your images, Colour them all in and again create beautiful 3D scenes with these. There's your snow couple hugging, which was the couple that Jan used on that last card to create that sepia effect. You've got your sleigh in there and the pillar box, and then this collection is the Christmas tree again with the snowman there. To me looks like he's getting ready to go carolling by the Christmas tree, which of course you can decorate up to if you want. You've got the little stars on there as well. You've got your little Christmas robin in there too. Then you've got the set which we saw the first demo on a little bit earlier, the Vintage Wonderland, which is almost like a build your own snow globe, which I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with. And again, with the kids, this is the kind of set I think they will love crafting along with you with as well. And then lastly in this set is again the build your own snowman, Jolly Snowman. So again, get all of those bits and pieces out your gubbins box, that you keep aside, and get snipping into those and decorate your snowmen up in loads of different costumes. Get the kids to have a go with you with that as well. As I said, last year we had so much fun, Daisy and I, creating our own little Christmas characters with a set sort of similar to the little snowman here, the winter characters I think they were called, and we just sat for ages creating cards for friends and family. It was just a lovely thing to do. You've got that cute little stamp in there as well with your north and south, and look for your Halloween cards as well, as Jan said. There's Casper, the friendly ghost.
I could definitely see Casper's face in there, yeah.
Yeah. £94 for that collection, or $121.32. Gives you your extra paper pads, of course. If you're a platinum member and shopping in the US, just a few bucks shy of your free shipping. So worth adding in maybe some items to make your shakers with, or some craft card, or maybe that collection that we've got with the glossy highlights and the sparkle pens. They might be worth popping in. Helen says papers are fantastic. The designs are lovely. The designers did a fantastic job. Jeffrey says, Ben, you wouldn't be wearing that sweater over here. It's 83 and humid. That's 23 degrees Celsius. That is kind of warm. Well, having said that, I reckon it's probably that warm in here, to be honest with you.
I know.
Jan's just turned the fan on.
I've just put the fan back on because it's slowly creeping up, yeah.
Jackie says, hi, Ben and Jan. Oh, this is Jackie, first-time commenter. I'm in Selby.
Oh, right,
just outside York.
Yep.
We've got 200 snowmen. So this will increase the collection, I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
Snowmen as in, what, like...
200 snowmen.
Jackie, can you send a picture, please? I need to see your collection. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send in pictures of your snowmen. I want to see that, please, and then we can show everybody else if you're happy for us to do that. Sharon says, looking forward to a bicycle parade in our subdivision and pool party. Hot dogs, fried chicken, watermelon, and apple pie today.
Oh, it's starting to make me hungry, all this.
Stephen's looking forward to the vintage snowman. Lisa says, I've just tuned in from Reno, Nevada. I bet it's warm there. I love the snowman. He is super cute. And Rhonda says, my grandson couldn't say Grandpa Ken, so he called him Apple Ken, and it stuck. All 4 grands now call him that. And also Gloria says, hi, Jan and Ben. Hello, Gloria. Ben, please can you ask Jan, or let Jan know that she makes beautiful cards.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to know where she would write a personal note on her beautiful cards.
Right, quite often I will actually add a mat and layer to the back of the card. So, for example, the one that we made this morning on Wake Up Call, I dressed the inside with the pattern papers. So, again, I would perhaps do a mat and layer with a plain piece here, or a little stamped sentiment in here. Or, alternatively, I will mat and layer on the back of the card, stamp my sentiment and write my personal message on the back there. So, again, with the easel card that we've just made, this was the one that we've just done here. Again, you can actually pop it inside here. So you could mat and layer inside here and pop your message in. Equally, you could mat and layer on the back of it. So don't be afraid to go to the back of your cards. We're so used to having a card open and having that sentiment inside. But yeah, I'm a great believer in sort of using every piece of the card. So don't be afraid to just pop an extra mat and layer with a stamped sentiment and write your little message on the back of it there.
Yeah, good question though, really good question. And Carol has said there's no 6x6 cardstock in this collection. Well, there is kind of, as we've discussed, isn't there, within the 12x12?
Yeah, the cardstock nearly always is A4. The paper pad, as I say, it's almost like a joint one.
Yeah.
So we haven't done separate 12x12 and 6x6 paper pads. But I think, if my maths is right, Ben, you said there were 6 sheets of each one.
Yep.
So that means there are 48 6x6 pieces within that 12x12 paper pad.
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent equivalent of a little 6x6 paper pad in there.
Yeah.
So those large sheets, if you cut those with your guillotine into 4 pieces, each one's going to measure a 6x6, and 6 lots of 4 is 24.
Yeah, and then
twice.
you get that.
48 sheets is probably more than you would actually get in a 6x6 paper pad.
Yeah, it's normally 30.
I think that's a terrific idea.
It's normally 36 sheets
Yeah.
you get, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a really good idea. Like that's the page there to show you, Carol. So you get that 6 times over, so four sixes,
Yep.
and then you get it again there as well, 6 times.
And if you're not into using that smaller size, you've always got the reverse of it, because the
Yeah.
double-sided papers, you've got some lovely designs on the reverse as well.
Yeah.
I love them sort of distressed ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you basically get plenty of bang for your buck, and there's plenty to be crafting with there, whether you enjoy using your 6x6 papers or indeed your 12x12. Keep the questions coming. I've just looked at the time. I literally thought we were about halfway through. We've got 40 minutes
I
left.
know, it's just flying by,
So,
isn't it?
yeah.
Flying by.
What are you going to show us next?
Right, we're going to have a look at the Jolly Snowman, which is the little sort of, I called him the builder snowman, the one that's got the little Casper face in there. So this one's a stamp and die set again. So we get just the little stamp. It's just so cute, honestly. I've lost the other half of it. I'll find that in a second. Yep, but you've got the little Santa face there, which you can stamp into your snowman, and then you've got the wording to put on that lovely little sign, and I've die cut this one out ready and just stamped the north and south in there, so it fits perfectly. You've not got to worry about finding something that's the right size. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we've got that one at the ready, and then you've got the die set which cuts out all the different elements, and I've done a lot of the cutting already, but basically you can actually fit this all back together again to make your snowman. So you can decide what colours you want to use if you're coordinating it with the papers and things like that. If you're wanting to make it freestanding, it's entirely up to you. So I've cut my snowman and I've stamped his little face in there. I've done a little bit of the work in advance. So this is just out of some plain white cardstock, and you even get the little buttons here in the die set. So again, very, very small, but I used my sticky pencil that I use for my gems. So I just used my sticky little pencil to pick these up and stick them, popped a little tiny dab of wet glue on,
Yeah.
and then just popped them on with the pencil there. So that was the easiest way I found. And I've also popped his nose on, because some of these elements are quite small and I didn't want them to get lost in transit. So I've done little bits of it ready, and then I've got the rest of it to put together with you. So I've used some of that lovely blue cardstock. We've got, obviously these are the other way when they're cut out, but you've got his scarf there.
Yeah.
So if we pop him on here so that you can see, we've got his scarf that's going to fit on like so. You also get the 2 dies here to create his arm. So if you want to create some dimension,
Oh, yeah.
you could actually pop these on foam pads. So again,
Oh,
you
cute.
can decide how you want these. One arm in front of the one arm behind. It's entirely up to you. You get the little set of mittens here as well, so I've just popped these on foam pads just to give a little bit of dimension. He's going to have his little mittens to match his scarf there,
Yeah.
and then you also get in here his hat. You can see the hat here, and then I die cut the 2 little pieces of holly, and again I've literally just picked scraps out of my scrap bin just to cut all the, you can see the little tiny pieces that come in handy, and it's like there's always a big question about how small is something to say before you throw it away, basically.
Yeah.
But like these tiny little pieces, but I'd get probably 2 or 3 snowman
you
noses
would.
out of that. My husband laughs at me. He's like, for goodness sake, what are you keeping that for? Put it in the bin. So I've done the hat with the holly, and then there's a little bow here, and I've stuck these together ready just to make the detail
yeah.
on his hat there. So again, this is going to go on the top like so. Just fits nicely. It's all been designed to fit together. And then you've got his cane as well, which you've got the die for here, which we can pop. So you can see how you can actually get him popped together
Yeah.
to create that design. So let's just stick him together, and then we can use him. And I'm just going to pop this one on top of a gift box. It doesn't always have to be cards. So again, let's pop his arms down first. So we need a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to use wet glue for most of this. So we're going to pop one arm at that side, and then we've got his other arm. And again, it's up to you, what order. Do you want the arms in front of the scarf? Do you want them behind? It's entirely up to you. I think Yeah, I'm going to pop his scarf down next.
I almost want you to attach his arms with little brads so you
so
could
that
move
they
them
move.
around.
You could do that, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So that would look cute, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Little bit of movement in the cards. So again, that one's going to be his scarf, like so. And then we'll do this one so that it's coming over the top. So I'm going to tuck it under the top of the scarf, but over the top there, like that. Now I don't want to stick him to the piece of card underneath, but there we go. And then, as I say, I've just put some little tiny foam pads on the back of, oops, his mittens there.
Yeah.
And this is where your tweezers come in handy.
Yes.
The little tiny pieces like this, you can actually use your tweezers to position them, get them in place, and actually pop them into the right place there. And I do use my tweezers a lot, I must admit. So again, just hold them where you want them and pop them in place. And then we need to pop his hat on, which is just going to have a little tiny bit of glue on the front there. But I just love the idea that you can actually design him and build him yourself. So, you know, you can decide what colour scheme you want him to be. You can decide where you want all the pieces to go. And again, we've got that little tiny cane. I'm just going to put some tiny dots of my wet glue on there. And then I'm also just going to take off the excess so that it doesn't squeeze out. And again, we'll pop that in between his hands, like so, as if he's holding that with his little mittens. Okay, so you can see there that we've got that pretty much sorted.
Yeah.
And just to fit the colours, I chose that blue glitter card because the background that I've picked up was actually the blues. And it was just scraps left over from the card there. Now I should have another one of those. There should be, oh there we go, 4 of those. So all I've done is I've just created a box lid here.
Okay.
Matted and laid, again, one of those nice little seams. You can see how handy they come in. And we're literally going to pop that on top of the box.
Yep.
And then we're just going to decorate it with the snowman again. Just letting him take centre stage. And this is just a plain gift box. You know, there are so many different designs if you've got some of our box dies. And I think Craig's just done a show recently, I think, with some of the boxes and things. So lots of different ideas with boxes. You know, I've just stuck with a very plain one. Just a standard, what I call a straight box.
Yeah.
I'm just going to burnish those sides, and then I've got some pieces to pop on the sides as well to match.
Few comments and questions coming through. Carol just appreciative of our answer about the paper. She's saying, thank you, I do love the paper. I didn't see the beginning of the show, and that's why it's always good to ask questions and why we're always happy
yeah, that's
to
what
repeat.
we're here for.
Yeah. Julianne says, great timing for this paper. I've just started my cards after the 4th, as I'm all done with the birthdays then. So yeah, Christmas in July is exactly what you want, this sort of collection, because everyone will love it. And it's a timeless collection as well. You know, you're always going to want Snowman to make your Christmas projects. Mary Lee says, there have been so many fantastic samples that have really brought this collection to life. Deborah says, cherry-picked collection to work with other things that I have. I still think it's a cat from the Aristocats rather than a fox. It does look like a cat from the Aristocats.
There's been a lot of talk about whether he's a cat or a fox, but again, make it work for whatever you want
it to be.
Like I say, if you look at this one here, he's coloured in grey, looks very much like a cat.
Yeah.
You know, so it just depends on how you colour it in as to what is actually going to be.
Yep.
And I love that about it, in the fact that you can decide, you can actually make it, you know, work for you.
But Debbie Robinson yesterday was adamant it was a cat. I was like, no, it's a fox, it's a cat. It can be whatever you want it to be. Let's say hello to Laurie Visser, who says, I watch all of your shows daily, but rarely live. Hello from Michigan. Well, hello, Laurie.
Oh, hi, nice to have you on board, yeah.
A couple of questions. Julianne says, how do they come up with all these great ideas? I think I'm doing great when I can follow the directions sometimes. So I think that's a lot of, I mean, our guys who come up with the ideas for these collections, I mean, I don't even know the answer to that. I mean, unbelievable. But how do you come up with your projects, Jan, that you make, your ideas? I think that's what the question is.
That's my job, you know,
Well, I know
that's
that,
what
but
we're here for. But
how do you do it?
Lots, you know, I mean, obviously, card shapes. There are several card shapes out there. And I mean, I watch YouTube for inspiration. I've got people that I like to follow on YouTube that I watch. I watch the rest of our team because, you know, we're all here using the same products and working with the same brand, but we all bring something different to the table. So sometimes, you know, and sometimes I'll just have a little sketch and I have an idea in my head and I'll just sketch it out so that I've got it there for when I need it. So lots of different things, really.
Yeah.
And just basically having a go. I've said this before, where when you buy a pack of card, often, not the ones that we've got on there, but I've bought card elsewhere before. There's nearly always a colour in it that I don't like. And I use that one for having a practice, you know,
Good
die
idea.
cut the elements out. If you've got a card style in mind, have a practice, or even make it out of paper. I often use copier paper to trial something and make like a prototype to see if it works before I cut into my card stocks and actually waste things that maybe aren't going to work. So yeah, a lot of trial and error, and that being able to do this job allows us to do that, you know, trying stuff out. Does it work? Does it not? And I also like to see what else you can do with things. I often bring to you the fact that this is the concept that's been designed, but you can do this and this with it, which I think makes products more valuable to you then. So yeah, lots of different inspiration from different places, Ben.
Yeah, no, it's great to know. And of course for you guys as well, you know, you can watch us here, you can rewatch all of our old shows. There's so much out there, like Janice said, on the socials as well. And also, always nice to have a little look through the Facebook pages, like the I'm a Crafter's Companion page. As much as, you know, you get inspired by us, a lot of the times, you know, we'll look at your projects and get inspired by what you guys do as well.
I've had so many people message, you know, the craft along that you said had won, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
In the frame.
In the frame, yeah.
I've had so many people send ones of those in using different collections, and honestly, there was a lady did it, I think, with the Masquerade collection, looked stunning.
Wow.
Lady did it with the Sunflower collection, absolutely stunning. And that, it's sort of giving you the idea and then you taking it and use it with products that you've got in your stash. And honestly, there's been some lovely examples of that shadow box. So yeah, please send me your pictures. I do try my best to comment on them. I do occasionally miss the odd post, but yeah, I would always try. Mine's been acting up a little bit, actually. I keep commenting and it comes up as just Jan Brown, which clearly is me, but it's not my Crafter's Companion page. So yeah, if you see it listed as just Jan Brown, as I say, there's a little glitch going on. I don't know, sometimes when it updates it tends to do that, where you get a bit of a glitch in it, but it should sort itself out again, I think, in due course.
Just a couple of quick questions. One about the face of your snowman. Craft Jenny says, sorry, I stepped away for a bit. Did you draw the face of the snowman, Jan?
Oh, it's even better than that, honestly. It's even better than that. You get the cutest, most adorable little face, which I have just, before I started any of it, I've just stamped him into place. Yeah. Just using some of the Finesse ink pads. I literally just stamped it into place there before I did any of the rest of the building, But yeah, the most gorgeous little, you've got his eyebrows, his eyes and his mouth there, and then obviously his carrot nose fits in between. Brilliant. And yeah, we were actually saying earlier that we could actually, for Halloween, you could make Casper the Ghost. Yeah. I can just see his little face in there as well, so yeah, a little bit of extra use there. And where are we? Yeah, so again, that lovely lamppost is part of this collection. You can see that die there. Love that. I think that's going to have a lot of use outside this collection as well. I think this will go with a lot of different things, whether it's in the black or whether you did cut it in silver mirror card. I'm thinking like satin. The Country Lane, for example, it would look lovely with, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's a lot of different things. The vintage collections. So it is a bit Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, George. Yeah, you're right. Narnia. Quick question as well. This is always one which comes up, and Debbie was chatting about this yesterday, but get your take on it, Jan. So Anne says, colour then cut out with the dye, or die cut and then colour? Right. Lots of different schools of thought on this. It's probably safer to die cut first and then colour. The reason being, and I've done this plenty of times myself, where I've spent, and you all know you can lose time when you're colouring, and sometimes I've spent an inordinate amount of time sat colouring something in, then I've die cut it and I've cut it wonky, and you end up wasting it. So I tend to stamp and then die cut it out and then colour it in. Alternatively, you can die cut your piece first and then stamp into it by lining it up. If you've got, for example, the magnetic platform is great because you can line your stamp up and get a nice clear stamped impression. But I would always do the die cutting before you add any colouring for that reason. The last thing you want is to spend a half an hour colouring your imaging and then not quite get it cut right and waste the time that you've spent. So yeah, always cut it first and then pop your colour in afterwards. And if you're worried about something being very small, what I tend to do is just use my dotty tape pen and just put a little tiny bit on the back of whatever it is you're colouring and secure it onto your card. And that when you finish, the dots will just rub off the back. So that way you've not got to try and hold something that's very small and colour it at the same time. Yeah?
Good. Yeah, I mean, I think that is the general consensus actually, but you know, you'll find what works for you really, but I think that probably is the way to go. Crafty Andy says, thank you, Jan, for showing the stamp of the face, and thank you, Ben, for asking the question. That is what we are here for.
That is what we're here for. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions. You know, we all started our journey somewhere. I know some people like to stay in the background and they don't like to ask questions because they think it's a silly question, but we all started somewhere. I was a new crafter many, many years ago, you know,
Not that long
and
ago.
we will always try our best. And if we don't know the answers to your questions, we've got the means to find out for you if we can. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to ask. And the best time to do it is when we're live because we can give you instant feedback on it. Yeah, so don't just sit there worrying about it. Get that question in. Ben will always put them to us as craft experts and we will try our very best to answer them. So I've just stamped out, and this is what I was saying earlier about that sentiment, that lovely Noel sentiment is open. So I've just added a little bit of blue in there with my alcohol marker just to match the theme that we've got there, and I'm just going to pop that, I think probably in the middle there, just to finish it off. But again, you know, building that snowman, I'd pop the base together and just literally a nice little gift box. You know, you can pop some ribbon on there, you could wrap ribbon all the way around it. Nice little Christmas gift. You wouldn't be able to find anything like that in the shops, and if you did, they'd probably charge an arm and a leg for it, wouldn't they?
They would.
For it to be like that.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Such a lovely collection. So many great demos. You guys are going to have to choose your favourite very, very shortly indeed. I tell you what, we've got 3 done. We're going to squeeze in another one, but we're going to give you time to check out your baskets as well. Crafty Andy says, thank you, Jan, for showing the stamp of the face. Oh, you've seen that one. Linda says, hello, first-time commenter. I'm loving the Snowman collection. It's my 60th birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Linda.
Wow, that's a great day to have a birthday.
I know, it is, isn't it? You want to treat yourself, or even better, get someone to treat you to some goodies from this collection. Jackie says, so Jackie's got the 200 Snowman. Hi Ben, didn't have a recent photo. They're on the tree, the windows. I've got a big collection that stands on a cabinet, more on the floor. I'll take a photo at Christmas and send it in. But yeah, Jackie, I'm going to hold you to that, please. Christmas time, you need to send in a photo. I really want to see that. Really, really want to see it. And Helen says, that set of sentiments, so versatile. Love the sentiments and the choice of fonts. You guys are loving this collection, which pleases me greatly. I tell you what, we are going to have a short little break here, give you a chance to check out your baskets. We'll come back, do one final demo, get the vote going, and we'll do a final recap on this collection, and then that will be just about that. I don't know where the time has gone. Yeah? So let's give you a couple of minutes here, and we'll be back for more snow fun in just a few moments' time.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set. Quick Buy, get yours now. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back. We have 20 minutes to go, so lots to cram in here. One more demo, a final look through the collection, and your vote on your favourite make. We are approaching a third, and bear in mind, we have a big stock for a brand new collection, so a third of it is gone. You want to be sort of picking and choosing the items that you want to go for, because as we said, particularly with the bundle, once one item goes, the deal goes as well, you see. So if you like the idea of getting everything together, particularly with more of the consumables, then make sure you get this in your basket and get it checked out. But I shall stop rabbiting because Jan has to squeeze in another demo. What can you show us?
We're going to use, I've saved him well last again, we're going to use the one that I really like, the Christmas in Your Heart. So this is such a traditional snowman for this one. And I do apologise because I'm just looking at all the demos. We've ended up with a lot of blue in there.
That's right.
That is a colour that features through that paper pad. So what I'm actually going to do then is I've stamped him out already. Okay, you can see that little snowman there. Let me just take him out of the pack so that you can see him. Again, good size. You can see there, I've just stamped him out in some alcohol-proof ink. All right, and I'll just show you a wee bit of the colouring. I've got him already done, but let's just do a little tiny bit. So popping his hat in there, and we'll go with the blue for his scarf on there. So again, just to rest on that extra piece of paper. I think I've got a slightly different blue here to the one that I've used on the sample, but it'll give you the idea. So again, with the alcohol colouring, we all do this slightly different, but the way I was taught to do this, and I was taught by one of the best, because I had the very good fortune to get my tuition from no other than Leanne Chivers herself.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, and she taught me to lay the lightest colour down first. If you want an area that's highlighted, what she calls preserve your highlight. So in other words, leave a little space in it there where the light's possibly going to hit it, and leave that blank. And then you go to your next shade, all right? And you're going to bring this in to sort of create shade and depth in areas where you think it's going to be slightly darker.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of this, you can see that line art is actually providing some of the, you know, the areas where it would be darker in those folds. And then go back to that lighter colour. Now, if you go over the top of all this, if you're new to alcohol colouring, a lighter shade will bleach out a darker shade. So if I went over all this to blend it, I'm just going to end up with a completely different shade. So all I'm going to do is nudge where I've put that darker shade, and literally just nudge the edge of it so that this colour sort of almost bleeds into the edges of the other colour. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going over the top of where the darker one is. Now you can leave that highlight white if you wish, but the fact that the rest of it's had 2 layers of that blue, if I now colour this bit in, that bit will naturally dry slightly lighter. And then one of the big tips I can give you with alcohol markers is just leave it for a couple of minutes, because it is wet and you will need that alcohol to evaporate. All right, so once it's evaporated, this will dry slightly lighter. So again, taking it down the rest of here, I'm going to bring that colour around the edges. And again, I'm going to sort of leave a highlight here as if the light's hitting it. And I know a lot of people get a bit confused about where to put the highlights. If you're not sure, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to criticise it and say, oh, your light source is coming from there and you've got a highlight. Oh, don't worry about it. You know, it's your design. You make of it what you want. And if you want to put a highlight in, you can. Quite often I forget this bit. I get that absorbed in colouring that I forget it. So out comes the white gel pen, and I usually add the highlight back in afterwards. So yeah, there's no right or wrong with it. You do what you think best. Now, if you watch Sarah colour, she often starts with the darker shade first, and then she'll blend it out with the mid shade. So again, different ways of actually approaching it. But I know again that where that scarf overlaps, there's going to be some shade from the top bit to the bottom, and then I'm just going to follow where those lines are on the line art. Where his hand's here, it's going to create a bit of shadow, and then I'm going to come up this side where that line art is as well, and just leave it like that, and then back to that lighter shade. And again, all I'm doing is pushing that colour against that line where I've actually started the darker shade, just so that the two mix together on the edges and take away that sort of harsh line. And then if you wish, when you get back to your highlight, because everywhere else has got twice the depth of colour, you can bring that one and it'll just dry that little bit lighter. So just a quick, and if you want more in-depth detail about colour, and if you check out some of our Colour Me Happy shows, we've done lots of instruction with all different colouring mediums on there. Now, I used a slightly different colour here. I think this was one of the vintage blues on here, because I wanted to match it up with, it matched perfectly with that paper that we're going to use. Okay, so you can see him there finished off. And again, a nice trick with anything that's white is to add that little bit of shading. Now, I've just used grey on this one. Sometimes I'll use a pale blue, sometimes I'll use grey, but just to add round the edges, and it gives him that sort of shape, rather than it just be, this one looks very, very flat. But the minute you start adding that shading in, it makes it the illusion that it's no longer flat. Yeah. So you can see him all coloured in there. Now, this one is just a stamp set, so it doesn't come with a die to cut him out, but it is a really nice simple shape to just take your little scissors to. And what I do with the cutting is slightly angle my scissors away from the edge of the line art, just to leave that little edge. And you can see, rather than having the scissors straight, I angle them away from it, and then just leave about 1/8 of an inch around the edge of it, just a fussy cut. Now, if you're not keen on that white edge, I know not everybody likes it, you can cut right up to the line art. The reason I don't do it is because I have a really bad habit of cutting it off. I always end up too close and end up cutting the line art away. So yeah, I just prefer to leave that little bit of an edge, and it also allows it to stand out then from, you can see there, once we put it on the paper, it stands out a little bit more from whatever you're putting it onto. So, nice simple card for this one. I've taken what was a 6x6 inch card, and I've taken a strip from each side and cut it away. So I've just got this piece in the middle. Again, those scenes, I think I've used those throughout the demos today. Absolutely love them. Perfect size to work with in there. And again, this is that lovely pearlescent cardstock from that card pack, all being thought out. And that's what I like about buying these as a set. You've not got to start looking through your stash to see whether you've got the right coloured card to match the paper pad or vice versa. If you buy it as a set, you know that all that work's been done, and you're going to get that lovely sort of coordination with the papers and the cardstock so that you don't have to worry. So again, that one's going in the back. Same would apply, the lady that asked about the messaging.
Yep.
You could either pop a panel in here, or again, I like to actually put another matte layer on the back and actually write my message on the back of the card. So we're literally, this is actually the reverse side. We said the papers were double-sided. So I've just turned that over to do that one on the reverse, and then added a couple of gems on there ready, just to give it a little bit of a zhuzh because we're at Christmas. Okay, so that one's going to go on the front there.
Elaine's just asked, could you use the blender pen to soften the grey on the Snowman, Jan?
Yes, you could. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It works exactly the same. The blender pen is just the alcohol with no colour in it.
Yeah.
So if you go over the top of your colour and colour over it, again, you will bleach it out. So it will naturally make it lighter. But just nudging the edge of it with the blender, let that alcohol seep into the colour, and it just blurs that edge so that you've not got that harsh line. But yes, you could. And again, I've just popped him on some foam pads. We're just going to lift him up a little bit. Nice and simple, this one. Just letting him be the sort of star of the show. And he's going to go on the front like so. And then I've used that. Again, this is a really nice go-to set for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I've just stamped out on that one, the bottom one. Hope your Christmas is so much fun. So a little pun on words there, especially for you, Ben. And we're just going to pop that one up at the top there. All right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on that side. So I don't want to stick it to here and stick the card closed. We're just going to pop that one in there and have that leaning over. So again, nice and quick. Yes, I know I've got the mats and layers cut already, but just letting him be the feature there. You could add extra embellishments in there. You could add that lamppost to the background again. There's that little lantern stamp that we use that would look nice. I'm going to do one of the designs, I think, with a little lantern hung from his cane there.
Yes, you said it earlier.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you know what? Such a lovely selection of demos that you've seen in this show, and indeed earlier on as well. I think George might have gone a little bit early on his prediction for the demo of the show, but we'll find out. Shannon H says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. So late as just waking up. Well, you're allowed to do that because you've got a bank holiday, haven't you? Love this collection. It's so adorable. And Deborah's saying that is a beautiful card gem. Well, let's find out if it's the most beautiful, because it's time for you to vote for your demo of the show. Did you do 4 in the end?
I've actually done 4, yeah. I planned to get more than that done, but again, time flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of this one was, I wanted to get those concepts across for you as well, because there were 1 or 2 dies in there that the last thing I want is people to buy the collection and then not know how to use some of the elements in there. So we started off with that lovely little snow globe element that was in there, and literally cut the pieces out, popped the sticky on the back, and just created a scene with them. But like we said, you know, this could actually be a piece in its own right. You could make it into a card blank by cutting it over the fold, or you could actually pop some glitter or some pieces in there to make it into a shaker element. So that was number 1, using that little snow globe set. And then we've got those lovely die cut sentiments on the top there. Number 2 was the little vintage couple. All right,
Hey,
so
George.
George is still sticking with his original decision there.
Number 2.
So I just wanted to make it a bit different and show you that it doesn't have to be all red and green and colourful, you know, just keeping those sepia tones, just using the tan blend in the alcohol inks, and then matching it with some gold cardstock from my stash rather than what was in the kit there. So that was number 2, okay. Number 3, we used the little builder snowman set. So again, cutting all the pieces out, decide what colour scheme you want, and then literally build it all together, not forgetting that you've got that lovely little stamped expression there for his face that you can pop in there. So that was just a little gift box using some of the collection there, just in case you wanted to add boxes to your remit. That was number 3. And then number 4, we kept him the main guy. He's the main man. All right, just on that last one there, just coloured with the alcohol markers, as I say, cutting away. If you want this to be a bit more stable, you could put acetate behind it if you feel that it's not quite stable enough for you. But yeah, just showing him off at his best with those alcohol markers. So that was number 4. So
wow.
1, 2, 3 or 4. My apologies, I did plan to get 5 done, but as I say, it's like producer Johnny's just saying we might bring them back again in Monday Maker. So if you can join us later, I'll save that one for later.
I think, do you know what, it's been such a busy show. I think we would be doing this collection a disservice if we didn't bring it back for one more round later on Monday Makers. Cards are adorable. Love the Snowman collection, says Carol. Deborah says, beautiful cards. Get voting now. It is over to you. You've only got about 3 or 4 minutes because we are nearly done. What I did just want to do is recap on the collection, because a few of you who have joined us late, perhaps a little confused as to, because a few of you said, well, hang on a minute, I've looked on the website, and the website says it only comes with X amount of paper pads. The deal that we've got on the screen right now is the extra card set. So the standard set, all right, which we'll put the details up for you very quickly. The standard set is what we've got here. You get one of the 12 by 12 paper pads, all right, and you'll also get one of your packs of the luxury card stock. So that's the standard set. £75.99 is your platinum price. It's a 25% saving, unbelievably, at launch. $96.76 if you're shopping in the US. What we've been talking about, that's where the confusion might be, is the next collection, which is the extra pad collection. So you get everything that you've just seen there, but we're also going to put in an extra 12 by 12, so 2 12 by 12 paper pads you'll get in that collection, and you'll also get 2 of the luxury cardstock collection as well. Most people have been going for this set because most people know that they're going to be, using the cardstock, using the paper so much, so they like to have a little bit more. And actually, if you are thinking about getting more, this is the collection to go for, because the little deal that we've done here is that you get the extra 2 pads, and it's like you get the 12 by 12 pad for half price within this deal. So that hopefully has sorted out the confusion. Also, just as I show you the paper very quickly, if you do want to go individually, you can. Everything is available individually, and if you spend £45 or $55, you can save an extra 10% off your shop. The 12 by 12 paper pad, as we said, pretty much combines your 6 by 6 this time around as well, which we think is so super clever. 6 of each of the sheets that you're going to be seeing here. So theoretically, well, not theoretically, actually, you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4 backgrounds there, 6 times over, 24 backgrounds straight away. They are all double-sided for you as well. So whether you prefer to go front or back, 12 by 12, 6 by 6 is entirely up to you. There's plenty to work with. And there again, you've got this background here 4 times over. And you get 6 sheets there of that one as well. So there's loads to be working with. The colour palette is marvellous. That trip down memory lane, we absolutely love this one here, like reindeer spotting on Christmas Eve. Then you've got this set here, which again, if you want to snip into this, you can do, giving you almost like 4 different borders, 4 different strips, maybe for a scrapbook piece. It's absolutely stunning. I've got to speed up a bit here because we are rapidly running out of time. You've got your A4 cardstock included in there as well. Again, you're going to get 24 sheets, 6 designs, 4 of each there, glitter cardstock and pearlescent cardstock included in there too, and then all of the goodies to be playing with. So, and we've seen a lot of these actually over the course of the last 2 shows. The Jolly Snowman, which is like your build a snowman piece. You can brilliant one to kind of bust all of those scraps with as well, to get all of those bits and pieces to create that beautiful snowman. You've got your little stamp there as well for his face, plus the north and south. Then you've got the snow globe, which is called the Vintage Wonderland. Saw Jan creating with that a little bit earlier on. I mean, there's tons in here. You've got your Oh Christmas Tree, which is that lovely stamp and die set with the snowman that looks like he's about to go out caroling. You've got the snow couple there as well, dashing through the snow, all snuggled up, ready for that photo. They've got the sleigh in there, the post box, the presents, stamps and dies included in there too. Then you've got the Christmas in Your Heart. So that's your real sort of traditional snowman there with stockings and presents and lanterns. Winter Wonderland brings you Eggnog the Fox with presents and bells and holly. You've then got that gorgeous reindeer, or moose as some people have said, in Merry and Bright. Festive greetings. You've got Mr. Chunks, the gingerbread man in here. I love how we've gone through these shows and we now know all of the names of the characters. We've named them. You've got stamps for sentiments in here too. Winter blessings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Noel, hoping your Christmas is so much fun. You've got sentiments in die form as well. Those will separate nicely for you too if you want to mix and match those sentiments up. Cut and emboss folders, you say. Yes, you've got that wintry scene. If you go back right to the start of Wake Up Call, well, about 20 minutes in actually, you'll see that one with Jan demonstrating it beautifully. And then you've got your Falling Snow, which is that beautiful snow embossing folder as well. £94 or $121.32 if you're platinum. It's an unbelievable collection. Do not miss out on it. Make sure, I know you're probably in the midst or getting ready for all sorts of celebrations in the US. You know, amongst all of the brats and the burgers and the s'mores, don't forget to order this because you'll kick yourself if you go for the full collection and something's sold out and then you can't get it. But Yanda says, I definitely need extra paper pads. You do. What is the winner? Ooh, Rachel says the abacus is smoking because there's been so many come through. In second place, a very close second, number 2. That's second.
Right, second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Demo of the show though. 4.
Right. The guy
Number 4.
himself. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The main man. There he is.
I
look.
like it.
Yep.
Really cute.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's sort of the daddy of the snowman, isn't he?
Absolutely. And I think the thing about that one again is very sort of straightforward,
Yep.
very easy to do.
Very manageable.
And so much fun.
Change the colour scheme. You know, you could batch make them different colours, pop them together in a set, sell them as a gift set.
Love it.
Yep.
Fantastic demos. Thank you, Jan. Brilliant
You're
as always.
welcome.
What a lovely, lovely show. Some amazing demonstrations, and hopefully you can take a lot of inspiration away. That's the great thing, isn't it, about the shows that we do here as well. You get all the good stuff right here. You get all the good stuff from our guys too, to be able to, when you get home and you see the massive collection, you lay it all out and you go, oh, what do I do now? Oh yeah, I can go back to YouTube and go back on Facebook and watch Jan's shows and do all the projects that she did. So again, it's just brilliant that we do that for you and that you've got collections like this to work with. Have fun with it. If you haven't yet got it in your basket, do make sure that you do check it out. We will no doubt have another little sneaky peek look at this later on during Monday Makers from 6. That's 1 o'clock Eastern, and plenty more coming your way on that show as well. We've got some interchangeable scenes on that show for you as well. The word cutting stamp and dies on the show. We've got creator cards, 70% saving. We've got your Monday Mega Deal, which is an item that you've not seen since April 2021. Well, actually, you saw it this morning on Wake Up Call if you were watching, but before that, you hadn't seen it since April 2021. And of course, lots more to come as well. Enjoy the next couple of hours, whatever you're doing for July the 4th. I'm off to go to the supermarket to buy ingredients for s'mores, but I've got to do a photo shoot.
Oh, we need to get his priorities right, don't we?
Yeah, and I've got to do a video shoot. Send my what? Send my PA to the shop. Like I've got a PA. Send PA to shop to get ingredients for s'mores. No, I haven't got a PA really, or have I? Oh no, actually, here comes. They're coming in with my items for this photo shoot. Anyway, no, I haven't really got a PA. See you in a bit.